Hello, my name is Rose. I'm an intuitive reader and guide, and I felt called for a long time to do collective readings, just putting myself out there in general, but I have felt stagnation around that, or fear around that, fear of being perceived, fear of being seen. So maybe that is also you and something that you're going through, feeling called or pulled by spirit, source, your higher self, to create or to put yourself out there or to be seen, but maybe having this fear or resistance around it because you haven't yet softened in the safety of your existence. Maybe you were the black sheep of the family. Maybe it wasn't safe to be you. I do know, just as in a, lifetime sense, most of us, especially if you identify as a woman, were killed or burned at the stake for having spiritual gifts and spiritual and intuitive abilities. So on a cellular level, really purging that out and saying to yourself out loud, like, I am safe to be seen, I am safe to express, I am safe in my gifts. It's literally on the bottom of the deck is share your gifts. So sharing your gifts and becoming such a magnet and such a source and such a light that your group flocks to you, finds you. Maybe even watching this video, finding more like-minded people or people with similar stories, similar gifts than you, could be really important in your journey right now. But I do feel called to this deck. Let's see, I think I also feel called to a little bit of tarot. And then these are the two stones I decided to bring today. So we have rose quartz, which is my favorite, not even because my name is Rose, just because I love this stone so much. And I really don't know what this stone is. I'm always called to it. That reminds me of water. So maybe water could be significant for you right now in your journey. I'm actually, like, there's a body of water behind me. I channel the best when I'm near water, and it's a very healing element for me. So that could be the same for you. My attention was kind of brought to this protein bar. So maybe you're really in a season, if we are connected, you might really be in a season of pouring into your health, 222 as I said that, pouring into your health, pouring into your body, learning what is actually aligned with you. I'm seeing a lot of like social media scrolling and trying to mimic that. And I think Spirit is really highlighting, especially in my life, like, everyone is on a different point in their journey, and it may not be working because it wasn't special tailored for you. Like, maybe you're trying to lift 4 or 5 days a week and your body is screaming for like a soft yoga stretch, and that's it for now. Like, there's baby steps that need to happen, and if you're constantly watching other people and trying to mimic it, there's going to be a disconnect there because you're very unique and you're an individual. We're all individuals, and I think sometimes we can get caught in this mimicry, or like this copying of what other people are doing, and we forget that's a human being in a completely different place, phase, age, body, perspective, it's completely different. So what works for them may not work for you. And it's showing, like, what I eat in a day. I was really bad about this, like constantly watching what I eat in a day, trying to mimic it and then not being satiated, because it's not me. I don't want burp confirmation. I don't like avocado toast every morning. I just don't. Sometimes I want nachos in the morning. Sometimes I like a pizza flavor in the morning. I'm not a big breakfast girly, but if I was to follow these what I eat in a days because I like her physique, I would never be happy. Does that make sense? And right now, you're really supposed to be following your joy. You're not supposed to be following what someone else is doing. You're supposed to be following what feels good. Because how much in your life have you actually felt good and done something for the joy of it and not for the hatred of yourself? That's what it's showing, is like unintentionally hating the way you look, hating yourself, and then trying to fix it. There's always going to be a hit. It's not going to work because it's not of your higher self. Your higher self loves you so deeply and so much and wants to nourish you. It does not want to punish you to get to an idea of what you're supposed to look like, to add, that you think will add value to you. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm talking fast. I've never done a lot of like collective channels, so it's a lot booming in. But let's see if we get any cards. Talk to me, Spirit, talk to me. Okay. So with this deck, I'm not going to do it like a normal tarot. I'm just going to read what's on the card, and maybe it'll stand out to you, or, you know, yeah. There's another way to do something, and it's the Ten of Wands. And then this one is the King of Pentacles. Continue to solve issues a practical way, realistic, solid, and reliable, steady. So that alone kind of is pinging to me what we were just talking about, of like grinding and doing and being in this masculine energy and this do and this go, 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 go. And you're probably being called to soften, to really soften, and to really receive, and to really strengthen your connection with spirit, which is going to strengthen your connection with your body. And your body, it's wanting me to say, your body is already changing on a cellular level. Your body knew before your mind did, and it's changing. Your mind just hasn't caught up with it yet. But by showing up for yourself, and by doing small, continuous baby steps every day, by being slower and being in receptive mode and not having to control everything and do everything. And it's highlighting a mother wound here of like, maybe you saw your mom, and I relate to this, maybe you saw your mom say yes to everything, never put her foot down, sorry, someone drove up and I instantly wanted to stop because my temple felt anxiety, and now I'm hearing keep going, so I would keep going. Anyways, maybe you never saw your mother stop. Maybe you never saw your mother say no. Maybe it was like a badge of honor to like literally just go to no end and pour from an empty cup. And it's saying like, we don't want to do this anymore. Your body doesn't want to do that anymore. It's tired. It needs rest. It doesn't need 5 days of lifting heavy. It doesn't need 5 days of lifting heavy with hella protein and this, that. It needs slower days, slower mornings, stretching, breath work, showing up for yourself, learning to love and nourish yourself in a soft way, not in a go, go, go way. Dang that gargle. That's weird. Okay, now we're gonna pull from this. This is my, I got this deck in Louisiana, and I love, 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 love this deck. I feel super connected to it. I knew that self-care was gonna show up on the bottom. So caring for yourself, speaking your truth, elusive priestess, and awakening. And with these, I'm actually gonna read them. We'll do, and the numbers on here are 26, 5, and 22, so those numbers may be significant to you. So we're going to do 22 first. Speak your truth. Being aware of your feelings is one thing, but learning how to express how you feel in a calm and balanced manner can sometimes be a challenge. It is important to understand that speaking your truth does not mean that it will be understood or accepted by others, and it doesn't need to be. The only thing that matters is that you are able to give your feelings a voice and acknowledge how you truly feel. The more you are able to acknowledge and identify how you genuinely feel, the stronger the relationship you have with yourself will become. It is not about being right or wrong. It is simply about knowing and practicing what it means to honor yourself through verbal communication. Now is the time to speak your truth freely. I love this. Especially thinking about what I was saying in the beginning about like maybe you're being called right now to step out, to you. It's showing hermit mode, like you've been in this cultivation period. If you're anything like me, Lord, this is like, you've been in this cultivation period, you've been in this hermit mode, you've been in this working on yourself, and maybe you are a bit of a perfectionist. And it's funny because the the thing that I pulled today was blessings flow to those who embrace the beauty of imperfection. So maybe you're a bit of a perfectionist and you think you have to be 110% before you come online. Maybe that's where some of that working out and whatever is like, I've got to be skinny before I'm valuable. Think about that, baby. I've got to be skinny before I'm valuable. Do you know how many people you could reach and touch and help and heal just by being you? And a little bee flew by. Just by being you and just by telling your story. You would never look at another person and say, I don't want to listen to you until you lose weight. I don't want to listen to you until you have muscles. I don't want to listen to you until your skin is perfect. I don't want to listen to you until you have everything, absolutely everything right. Nobody thinks like that, but we think like that about ourselves, and it's crazy to me. And I do it. I've done it. Not anymore, though. That's not who I want to be. I want to stop bullying myself, and that's a big thing that's coming through here. Stop bullying yourself. Trust yourself. Speak your truth. The wind is picking up. Know your value. Know your worth as you are. Awakening. Ah! Let's see what this was. Oh, it was the self-care again. As you are, by loving yourself, not by bullying yourself, not by punishing yourself, not by putting yourself through hell. You've been there, done that. Don't do it anymore. By loving yourself. Okay, we're gonna read Awakening, which is number 26. Maybe you're 26. I am just turned 27, so I'm not 26 anymore. Let's see. The experience of a spiritual awakening can be as varied as life itself. For some, it's a series of seemingly random emotions. For others, it is a growing sensitivity to everyday events. And for many, it is simply having a desire to follow that which resonates with them in a higher vibration. There is no right or wrong way to go through this experience. You are only asked to remain as conscious and aware of yourself as possible as you may properly support yourself in the best way. So that you may properly support yourself in the best way possible. Look at it as stepping outside of yourself to observe yourself and your life as a movie that you get to co-create. Remember to ask yourself, how does this person, place, thing, or situation feel to me? Then allow yourself to proceed accordingly. Trusting yourself is the utmost importance during this time, because the more that you feel you can trust yourself, the easier it is for you to stay in flow for all that is to come your way. Burp confirmation. Whew. I love that. I love that for you. And then the last one is Elusive Priestess. Says, the elusive priestess is the embodiment of the obvious not being so obvious. She is an entity that you know but may not have proof of, and the words that would allow you to make a clear-cut decision if only they were spoken aloud. A situation that you are thinking of has much learning potential for you. However, your focus has been placed on details that will not help you gain the forward momentum you deserve and desire. What is your goal, and how can you work towards that goal within your own power? There are some immovable energies at work, and you will likely grow tired and irritable if you continue focusing your efforts in this current way. It is time to be flexible and acknowledge that there are additional ways to accomplish your goal, even if they're not what you consider to be the preferred way. The good news is that you have everything you need to move forward if you're willing to let go of how you believe things should be. That could be with, what we were talking about with your gifts, with speaking, with, going outside of your comfort zone, with building your body and your temple and your mind and your spirit in a loving way and not a hyper masculine way. So yeah, I'm actually gonna do one more. Oh, actually this deck was calling to me, which is weird because I usually don't get called to this deck much. So let's see if we get one from here. This is literally something maternal energy just came out again. Maybe that mother wound, maybe that wound of go, 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 pour from an empty glass, never say no, give me my badge of honor as I'm laying in the dirt dead, like I'll take my badge now. This could also be, maybe for me, I just had a daughter, and allowing my body the time to recover and giving myself the love and the grace and the attention that I deserve and that I need and that I would want to give my daughter, and really embodying the woman that I want my daughter to look up to and to be. I don't want my daughter to not say no. I don't want my daughter to not know her boundaries. I don't want my daughter to not be able to take a rest day or to love herself or to pour into herself. So that's a big one. Let's see if anything else comes out of this deck. And I'm nervous. Thanks for being patient with me and sitting with me, because like I said, I've been feeling called to put myself out there and to do readings and to talk about my story and my journey. I think it could help other people, but this fear of being perceived keeps a lot of us down. And I think the more that we stand up and say, hey, not anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm sharing my voice. I'm sharing my gifts. I'm sharing this side of life because it's so much better than that side of life. And it would be extremely selfish of me not to talk about it and not to tell more people who feel like me. I'm not doing it anymore. Anyways, I think that was it for these decks. Very short read. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna do more. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Rose, and I'm so glad you're here if you did click on this video. So yeah, thanks so much.